I know this philosophy doesn't work with people that are not um, real close to Hashem. And having gotten closer and closer to Hashem is the reason I make this video, and also the inclusion of Temple Coin um, .org individuals that have come to the table. And Your Honor, you and I have had discussions about God and atoms and prophecy and omniscience and omnipresence and all encompassing. And from this moment and from the inclusion of Temple Coin into your circle of influence and mine, and all that is on the table that needs to be clarified, uniform, itemized, a plan. I find it necessary to make a YouTube to reestablish, Your Honor, what you and I have spoken about over the last year countless times. Hope it happens. If hope, I'll try. If hope. The philosophy is, and I do also am making this to learned individuals, I hope are watching this, to go, cannot be that way. Well, let me dive right in. I met Yossi within the last year. I met Hannes within the last year. Both relevant to one another. And I have submitted to His Honor Yosef Ederi that omniscience or infinite God, our finite minds can't even broach. We can try. And I believe he wants us to try, of course. But what I accept as true based on analysis of a lifetime and faith and proof in a creator is the following. What I believe is that no single atom can go astray, cannot be programmed out of all the atoms that make up this reality we are in. Just like one cell can't go astray. It'll mess up everything. I think, unified theory. And add the fact that the story's already been written, hasn't it? Hasn't Hashem's story been written? Prophecy, hasn't it already been foretold what's coming? So if the Creator knows what's coming and it's been written, he has to control every atom. It's his game, as I've stated, just like we have a game up in the clouds. We make avatars. We are his avatars. Even our very thoughts, I'm submitting in this philosophy, all-encompassing philosophy that God is everything, even us, even our thoughts. It's his game. Here's the downside. You see a woman get her head chopped off or a child raped or some such and such and such. The first thing we do is, how could God allow that? Well, wait a minute. This same God wiped out everybody back during Noah's day. Everybody, all his children. This same loving God that we aspire and praise, want to honor, worship, obey. He killed all his children except for Noah. Killed them all. That's pretty negative, wouldn't you say? So when our finite minds go, why did that happen? I don't know. Maybe to affect something. Maybe to instigate a change, a catalyst. Usually negativity is a catalyst for something. A mother's birth pains lead to joy. And I've suggested that all negativity is a redirect. So the point is, in this get to know you, I believe that everything that happens, both negative and positive in this relationship, us three, if I'm in the relationship, I seem to be, is orchestrated. It's already been written. And just watch. There's no negative with us. We all attest and we all believe in Yahweh, Hashem. We all see what prophecy is. Headed in that direction, headed in a new direction. So every atom, I didn't want to make this. In fact, the first 3 times I tried to make it, it just circled. I couldn't do it. And so something happened when I first wanted to make this video. Something happened, and then relevancy occurred that I can add to my philosophy, or not a philosophy. That we're in a game. It's already been written. Just everything you do, both good and bad, right and wrong, everybody, it's already, can you accept that? Well, I leave here. I go out front, and I'm restless, very restless, for reasons I won't go into. But those reasons were negative that made me restless, that put me out front, smoking a cigarette, thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Go get a haircut. Okay. So if I had not been out because of restlessness, as I'll call it, forced out of a negative, if I hadn't been forced outside, out front to smoke a cigarette, to then think and then have a synopsis appear, go get a haircut. And I know the barber. His name's Gregory. Watch this, Your Honor. You're going to love it. And I get there with Gregory, and I begin to tell him about you. And I begin to tell him about Temple. He doesn't understand. Or he understands, Rabbi. And he says, so what are you doing now? Other than that? I said, well, I got a couple things lined up. I said, one is this coaching thing. It's a couple in San Diego. It's a coaching. And he erupts. He erupts. Did I say erupts? He erupts it. Oh, Dave, blah, 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 blah. Oh, my God. It's oh, my God. You wouldn't believe. It's great. It's great. It's great. Now, I needed to hear that because I got two other things lined up. And I also presented it to Susan, and I think she might have gotten a little bit, but here's the thing. Let me add two more things, and I'll shut up and leave. This is relevant to what I just said. A philosophy is he's in charge of all atoms, good and bad, right and wrong. So just if somebody's bugging you, somebody's really negative, you need to look for, just your reactions are fine, man. Godly reactions of righteous indignation, or boundaries, accountability, you're being orchestrated to move a different direction than the one you wanted to be in, to redirect. Why? You don't know. Just shut up and hang on. Faith. So Gregory basically just exhorted this coaching thing magnificently. Well, the other day I found out I'm diagnosed with cancer. Okay, great. The Honorable Rabbi said, forget that. Here's your potion. Coconut oil and CBD oil. You need a marker. That's duly. Well, the same people that we're getting ready to go not throwing the towel, but grab the brass ring with, it's a couple. And she calls today. And she's heard about the diagnosis, and the coaches, my coaches, don't even talk about money now. She's going to send me hemp, and she said, and coconut oil. I went, oh, hold on, Julie. I need to share something with you. Yeah, I told her about your recipe for getting rid of cancer. Is that a coincidence? The exhortation from the barber that I wouldn't have gotten, he and I like each other, so we had a little visit. Then the phone call with the almost exact same recipe as the Honorable Rabbi from this coach that I was just exhorted on. I had a little bit better attitude. The bad became good. Yeah. You see it? It's a nice philosophy because anytime you run a negative, you just go, whoa, now, brace myself. What's going on? Instead of, wham. He doesn't love me. Well, yes, he do. If you're his child, you obey him. But I found it interesting, as a father, he will murder his own children if they get bad enough. If they get bad, win. But that's part of his game. He's got a chosen few. He does. Yes, he does.